Hello and welcome to the Kenneth Verkaman Law Office Legal Podcast. In this edition, we look at the drug charges in New Jersey, the ones that are heard in the municipal court, and trying to avoid a driver's license suspension. Because under New Jersey law, if someone is found guilty of possession of drugs, there is a mandatory driver's license suspension between 6 months and 2 years. And in addition, if they're charged with the traffic offense of drugs in a motor vehicle, 39:4-49.1, there's an additional 2 years loss of license. So, what are some of the things that the attorney hired by the defendant can do? Well, if the person doesn't have any prior criminal charges at all, they can make a motion for what's called a conditional discharge. Let's say, and under the conditional discharge, you're on probation for a year. You have to probably submit to a drug test and stay out of trouble for the year. And the license suspension there, because you're not pleading guilty, is discretionary. Let's say someone blows their conditional discharge and gets caught again or gets in trouble, then they'll have to go back to that original municipal court. Well, they have not pled guilty, so they're still entitled to have a trial. Let's say, however, sometimes some people says, well, they want to avoid the trial because they want to avoid the mandatory 2 year additional license suspension for drugs in a motor vehicle. So then the defense attorney can file what we call a Bendix motion. It's a motion for no driver's license suspension based on a case, State versus Bendix. The law was changed that if the defendant shows extreme hardship, then the judge can waive the mandatory license suspension. But the burden of proof is upon the defendant through their attorney. So what we like to do is we like to file this motion and present documentation to indicate that the person's going to school, they work full time, they support a family, whatever would show the judge that they really need their driver's license. And those are some of the ways to try to avoid the driver's license suspension in a drug charge. For other information, visit website njlaws.com or website benotguilty.com. That's benotguilty.com. And for representation, contact the Law Office of Kenneth Verkaman at 732-572-0500. Thank you.